What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody. Look, we've been talking about the Marvel 2025 slate pretty much since the beginning of the year. And, we were all curious, hey, how is Marvel going to do with this? There's a couple of movies and TV shows. He's like, could be interesting, could not be interesting. Where are they at right now? Yeah, I got Marvel on my score sheet. They're 0 for 4. Okay, so far, we're in May. They are 0 for 4. Struck out on Amazing Spider-Man. Nobody checked for it. The first couple of episodes made me dip all the way out. I was like, nope, I'm good. All right, race swap Norman Osborn? Nah, you can see me right out the door. I'm done. Race swap Captain America Brave New World? Trash. Trash movie, one of the worst movies they've ever made. Daredevil Born Again. This was hot garbage. Absolutely destroyed the legacy of the Netflix Daredevil series that everybody loved. This thing absolutely tarnished that. And then we get to Thunderbolts. Look, in Thunderbolts, in my opinion, not a good movie. 4 out of 10 at best. If y'all liked it, whatever, okay? But yeah, checking the score sheet, yeah, Marvel is 0 for 4 in my book. All right? I don't know what y'all got, but I got 0 for 4. And now we got Ironheart coming up. Ironheart, yeah, I'm feeling 0 for 5 is on the horizon. That's just my personal opinion. And then after that, we get into Fantastic Four first steps. Yeah, they might be 0 for 6 before we get out of July. Sheesh. And then I don't even know what to make of the bottom row, man. It's like, man, who cares at that point? Who cares about any of this shit? If they don't get these two, and I don't think they're going to get Ironheart. I don't think Ironheart has a chance. If they can't get Fantastic Four, some hype behind this, it's over. It is absolutely over. And then, of course, with Fantastic Four, what we coming with that. We're not getting Mr. Fantastic. We're getting Mr. Fabulous. That's what we getting, man. We getting Pedro Pascal in all of his fabulous glory. This diva, look, this post said, this diva facts, bruh. Sheesh, man, this is sad, man. This is sad. Not only are we getting Pedro Pascal, all right, as Mr. Fabulous, but don't forget, we're also getting the female Silver Surfer, all right, which absolutely looks like hot garbage right now. They are working feverishly behind the scenes trying to clean all of this shit up. It is absolutely disastrous right now for Marvel in 2025. Look, it really makes you nostalgic for the Infinity Saga, don't it? Don't it just make you look back like, damn, man, the Infinity Saga was dope. Look at all these great movies we had, man. We had a great time going to these movies, all right? Some of you guys didn't like all of these movies, all right? But, look, based on the shit that they doing now, remember everybody was giving Thor the Dark World blues? Hey, look, I'll take Thor the Dark World over a lot of the trash that's coming out right now. All right, I will take Thor the Dark World over all of this trash, But somebody else is a little bit nostalgic as well for the old school Marvel and what Marvel used to do. Yeah, check this out on Cosmic Book News, X-Men, Feige battling Disney over action versus social commentary. All right, so there's a battle going on right now, allegedly, all right? This is a rumor, but there's a battle going on at Disney between Marvel and Disney. And it's really Bob Iger over should we do just action or should we do some social commentary, all right? Should we have some social commentary in the mix? Now, I'll give you one guess which side wants the action and which side wants the social commentary. I give you guys one guess. You won't need more than one. It says the X-Men movie currently in development following Avengers Secret Wars is rumored to be having problems where Kevin Feige is butting heads with Disney CEO Bob Iger over the direction of the movie. And what is the rumor? Iger wants another blockbuster while Feige pushes social themes. Yeah, so if you guessed that it was Kevin Feige who wants to push all of these social themes and social commentary, congratulations, you got it right. Put a sticker next to your name at the board. You get first choice of toys at recess, all right? And look, it's so obvious. It is so obvious that Kevin Feige is the one that's going to push all of the bullshit while Iger is like, can we just get back to making money? All right? Kev, can we get back to doing what we do? Can we get back to this? Can we get back to the Infinity Saga? Thanos, Guardians, Spider-Man, Thor, all of these great movies that we came out. Can we get back to this, bro? Because I'm kind of tired of losing money. Remember I said that in the video yesterday? Kev, ain't you tired of losing money? While they sitting out here pushing Woke Storm, all right? Cynthia Revo Storm, this is what we want to push? Ain't you tired of losing money? Bob Iger clearly is. Bob Iger is like, I want a blockbuster. I'm not trying to do this. Now, here's where the rumor comes from. According to ex-user main middleman, Kevin Feige originally planned a grounded, socially driven X-Men film centered on mutant identity and conflict with the Brotherhood of Mutants. However, Disney executives reacting to recent box office disappointments of Thunderbolts and Captain America Brave New World, Disney recently named Cap 4 as a fail in its investor report, push for a more action-heavy, spectacle-focused script aimed at mass appeal. See, the thing about it is, Marvel, you had your opportunity to do all of that social shit. And I'm not saying that you can't do some, like, little plug-in commentary here and there, but you can't try to hit people over the head with it. They was hitting folks over the head with racial politics, gender politics. People wasn't here for that. They're talking about they're going to have gender politics being discussed in Fantastic Four. Yeah, you guys remember this, right? Fantastic Four First Steps explores gender politics with Sue Storm. Exactly what we came to the movies to watch, right? And listen, like I said, there's a way to do it, man, but you can't be heavy-handed with it, Kev. You got to bury all of your political commentary 5, 6, 7 levels deep into the subtext. Where cats just don't see it. It's not smashing them over the head, all right? Browbeating them with a sermon like they in church or some shit. It's like there's a way to do it, but Kev's like, nah. I got to get my point across. We ain't got time for subtlety. You know, it's like I want them to get the message immediately. And that's the reason why all y'all movies are trash. And Bob Iger is like, look, bro, can we just get a blockbuster? Can we just get back to some spectacle-focused script aimed at mass appeal? Can we get back to that? Because that made us money. We tired of losing money, Kev. Ain't you tired of losing money? Kevin Feige apparently is not tired of losing money quite yet. It's claimed the final version of the X-Men movie will prioritize blockbuster elements and fan service with less emphasis on ideological themes. All right, now I got something to say to this part about the final version of the X-Men movie, but let's see what they said. Feige wanted a more grounded X-Men story with a plot that really focused on social issues and disagreements about what it means to be a mutant. See, that's why he wants to have a race-swapped Professor X and Magneto, you know, to really drive the point home. What it means to be a black man. So now the mutants and the black men, they're going to be just lined up together. You know, you're going to talk about some black fatigue. It's going to be some real black fatigue if you race-swap Professor X and Magneto. You better not do it. All right? 2 white guys. I'm telling you, Kevin Feige, right now, 2 white guys and you're solid. Otherwise, you're dead already. He wanted a more powerful, dramatic movie that really showed what the X-Men were all about with the Brotherhood of Mutants as the bad guys. But that's not what Iger and Disney want or what the audience wants either. For once, Iger and Disney are in alignment with the audience. We're not trying to have all of this social commentary bullshit. We just want a good movie. Start off with that. See if you can pull off just a blockbuster smash success first. And then, all right, we'll get to all of that other shit on X-Men 10 or X-Men 11 or something when you've done a whole bunch of movies and you've had a string of successes. Then you can go and do all this other silly shit. Aware of the poor performance of more restrained films, especially the disappointing box office results like Captain America 4 and Thunderbolts recently, the script has been requested to focus on a great event film to get wider audience attention. I mean, that's what they need to do right now. They just need to put butts in seats and get, like, you know, again, mass appeal. Crowd pleasers. Everybody's buzzing when they walk out of the theater. Marvel hasn't had one of those in a minute. I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine, sure. Again, but that was more of a Fox property that came over from Fox and borrowed, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds and all of these, nostalgia characters. That's why that had that. It's not just because, they did a really good job making a movie. Honestly, Deadpool and Wolverine don't really hold up on second and third watches. But you got to go back and get crowd pleasers, man. Says, so expect a MCU's first X-Men movie being huge on events, focusing the box office with more action and fan services. Ideological issues will carry on, but they will be less important than dealing with something bigger. Yeah, so, I mean, you can bury all of these little issues and everything else. You can put it in the script, but you really do have to start focusing on what the fans want. Now, I'm not saying write just, trashy slop. Again, we can go back to what we used to get. I didn't consider anything that was going on here trashy slop, but it was crowd pleasing. It was fun. Everybody was having a great time. Nobody was frustrated like, man, dude, I feel like I just got yelled at by my mom and shit watching some of these damn movies. Man, you better treat women right or, like all of that crap. Like, stop it, man. Now, look, I had skipped over this part because this is actually earlier in the article. I decided to save it for last because Look, Kevin Feige is going to get the last laugh. It says here, worth the mention, that Iger exits Disney in 2026 and X-Men movie comes out in 2027 or later, so take the info with a grain of salt. Yep. So, listen, Bob Iger is going to leave, okay? X-Men is coming out after Bob Iger leaves. So, if there's any validity at all to any of these rumors, the moment Bob Iger is out the door, Kevin Feige can be, all right, let's go. Put that old script back in. Bob's gone. My script's coming back in. Make sure that's the script on the shooting set. That's the one we're making. Okay, that's what we make it. We're not doing whatever Bob was talking about. We're done here. All right, so yeah, that's that. Listen, whatever CEO comes in, I don't care who the CEO is. Whatever CEO comes in and replaces Iger, Kevin Feige is going to have more power than that person to do whatever it is he wants to do. That CEO is not going to have more power at Disney than Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige pretty much going to become Kathleen Kennedy over there at that point. He ain't going to have to answer to nobody. And so, yeah, it is what it is. Look, man, everything we've heard about this X-Men movie, every single thing that we have heard so far has been nothing but red flag, red flag, red flag. And this might be the biggest red flag of them all. Cynthia Erivo Storm. Holy shit, man. This is going to be a mess. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation, man. Look, I fully believe in these rumors, man. I think that right now, Kevin Feige is trying to keep all of his trash, his woke garbage in X-Men. And Bob Iger is like, I just want to hit. I just want blockbuster. I just want money. All right. I just want to go out a winner, kind of like Kathleen Kennedy. I just want to go out a winner. All right. I don't want no garbage under my watch. Please, Kev, can you do me a solid, man? You know, so yeah, we'll see what happens, man. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Go ahead, jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.